What if the secrets of life, death, and human destiny were hidden not in myths, but in a sacred tablet, engraved with the wisdom of the gods? Across centuries, Thoth, Egypt's god of writing, magic, time, and the moon, stood guard over cosmic knowledge. His name conjures the moonlight of Hermopolis, the weight of papyrus scrolls, the quill of judgment. Then there is the Emerald Tablet, a fragment of wisdom passed down through the ages, encrypted in cryptic lines. That which is above is like that which is below. A phrase simple, yet echoing the structure of reality itself. In minutes, we will peel back layers of time. We'll meet Thoth, uncover the origins of the Emerald Tablet, and follow its echoes through history, seeing why its melody may still influence us today. To understand the power of the Emerald Tablet, we must first meet the being to whom it's attributed, Thoth. Behold, Thoth, known in ancient Egypt as Jehuti, god of the moon, writing, wisdom, time, magic, and judgment. Jehuti, he who is like the ibis. He is portrayed in art as a man with an ibis head, or sometimes a baboon, symbols sacred to his presence. He is associated with the moon, sacred texts, science, magic, and more. Thoth served as the divine scribe, the keeper of cosmic law. He was the counselor to Ra, stood at his side aboard the sunbark, and maintained balance in the cosmos. He recorded the gods' disputes, invented writing, and served as scribe in the afterlife's judgment hall. In the duat, he appears as Ani, the ape who records whether a soul's heart matches Ma'at's feather, ensuring justice prevails. Legend credits Thoth with inventing hieroglyphs, becoming the patron of scribes, the architect of written knowledge. Indeed, scribes would pour a drop of ink in his honor before beginning their day. He invented the calendar, the 365-day year, through a celestial wager with the moon himself. Ibis, baboon, scales, moon disk, each a facet of Thoth's universe-spanning domain. These symbols represent his roles: lunar guidance, wisdom, record-keeping, equilibrium. In Hermopolis, his cult center, he bore the titles Lord of Divine Words, Lord of Ma, Scribe of the Gods, and Counter of the Stars. Archetypally, Thoth embodies the wise old man, a figure of counsel, insight, and timeless knowledge. In Jungian psychology, this archetype guides seekers through uncertainty towards self-realization. Thoth, the eternal mentor, transcends ordinary time, a counselor both ancient and immediate. Across cultures, humans create bringers of wisdom. Gilgamesh had Utnapishtim, Mesopotamia had Nabu, in Greece, Hermes. Thoth stands among these as Egypt's immortal sage. The Mesopotamian god Nabu shares his portfolio of literacy, wisdom, and scribal power, and even links him to Mercury. Why do we invent such figures? They personify our collective craving for clarity and truth. But if Thoth was a divine mind, a symbol of infinite wisdom, what message did he leave behind? What truths hide within the lines of the Emerald Tablet? Our story turns now to the origin of the Emerald Tablet, the text said to be wrought by Thoth or his Greek counterpart, Hermes, and hidden away for humanity's eventual awakening. We evoke a legendary tale, a tablet discovered in a hidden chamber beneath a statue of Hermes and Diana, clasped in the hands of his mummified image. Ancient myth places emerald plates in the hands of Thoth, recording cosmic laws before the gods' fall, hidden until he could retrieve them from another realm. Some traditions place these tablets among the legends of Atlantis, said to be inscribed by Thoth, the Atlantean, and safeguarded by secret priesthoods. Here we glimpse clandestine cults and lost halls of wisdom, suggesting the tablet as a fragment of Atlantean heritage. Although richly evocative, these tales belong largely to modern esoteric lore, not to classical Hermetic tradition. Over centuries, Thoth merged with Greece's Hermes, becoming the legendary Hermes Trismegistus, truly thrice great. The fusion reflects Egyptian priestly wisdom meeting Hellenistic culture, shaping the Hermetica, texts blending astrology, magic, philosophy, and alchemy. Out of this alchemical crucible emerged the Hermetica, texts exploring the unity of divine and earthly, the spiritual and the material. The Emerald Tablet appears in Arabic recensions from the 8th to 10th century CE, embedded in works like Kitab Sir al-Khalika, Book of the Secret of Creation, and Secret of Secrets. Translated into Latin in the 12th century, it gained renewed attention in Renaissance Europe. Thinkers like Ficino, Pico della Mirandola, and Giordano Bruno embarked Hermetic ideas as a bridge between religion and philosophy. The tablet's cryptic lines, such as "that which is above is like to that which is below," became foundational for alchemy, occultism, and metaphysical speculation. But here lies our pivotal question. Were these tablets ever real, or are they symbolic maps pointing to deeper, transcendental truths? The words etched onto the tablet speak not only of the stars above, but of the rhythm of life itself. Birth is not the beginning, nor is death the end. Instead, both are turns of a great wheel. The teaching whispers of continuity, that all forms return, change, and return again. The soul is bound not by finality, but by passage. From this vision arises another. The soul itself is immortal. It journeys through planes, wearing the mask of bodies, casting them off like garments, yet remaining unbroken. This is not simply comfort against death, it is instruction. A call to remember that who we are extends beyond what we see. At the heart of the tablet lies a principle both simple and infinite. The world above mirrors the world below. The heavens reflect the earth. The smallest grain of sand contains the pattern of galaxies. To know the human is to know the cosmos. To grasp the cosmos is to grasp the human. Nothing exists apart. All resonates as one. Philosophers have long wrestled with these lines. Some see in them the cosmic order, balance, harmony, and law. Others hear the doctrine of reincarnation, life reborn until wisdom is won. Still others see a roadmap, a pursuit of enlightenment, where the seeker must align inner and outer worlds. The tablet does not preach, it encodes. Its truths bend themselves to the mind of the seeker, revealing only as much as one is prepared to see. And yet, the Emerald Tablet is more than philosophy. Scholars of old spoke of hidden formulas, secret codes buried in its lines. Were these mere metaphors, or instructions for transformation, physical, spiritual, eternal? In its depths may lie the greatest secret of all. To the alchemists, the Emerald Tablet was not only text, it was instruction. At first glance, it speaks of turning lead into gold. But lead was never just metal, and gold was never simply treasure. The journey was inward. Lead symbolized the heaviness of ignorance, fear, and shadow. Gold symbolized illumination, wisdom, and a soul purified by fire. The tablet, then, is the map of transformation, from the crude to the divine. But who leads us through this transformation? The ancients named him Thoth, the scribe of the gods, the keeper of hidden knowledge. In his hands, the tablets become more than stone. They become the voice of inner consciousness. Each line of the tablet may be read as dialogue with our own hidden self, the wisdom within that we so often ignore. The tablet is said to be carved upon a green stone. Why green? To the mystics, green was the color of life, growth, and eternity. It is the color of the heart, where mortality meets the immortal spark. Others spoke of the eternal flame, a fire that does not consume but transforms, a light passed from age to age. And always, in the background, the pyramid, standing as a monument to the union of earth and sky, body and spirit. In the 20th century, Carl Jung saw in these symbols the language of the psyche. To him, the tablet was a mirror of the unconscious. Lead and gold, symbols of shadow and self. The descent into darkness, a necessary step toward rebirth. The union of opposites, the completion of the self. Through Jung's lens, the tablets are not spells or magic, but instructions for individuation, the process by which a human being becomes whole. But here lies the great question. Are these meanings cosmic truths handed down by gods? Or are they psychological mirrors, reflections of the human struggle for identity and purpose? The answer may depend not on the tablet, but on the one who reads it. Perhaps it is both, outer mystery and inner revelation, waiting for you to decide. When Egyptian civilization met Greece, Thoth was reborn. The Greeks called him Hermes, the messenger of the gods, the guide of souls. But in this merging of cultures, Hermes gained a new title, Trismegistus, thrice great, master of wisdom, alchemy, and the heavens. It was through Hermes Trismegistus that the teachings of the tables were said to pass into the hands of philosophers, Plato, Pythagoras, and the thinkers who shaped Western thought. The Romans carried this wisdom westward, but it was in the Middle Ages that the table's influence grew strange and powerful. Alchemists pored over its cryptic lines, seeing in them the formula for the philosopher's stone. Not merely a stone of gold, but of eternal life. To them, the words "as above, so below" became both prayer and experiment, linking the movements of the stars to the workings of the human soul. Then came the Renaissance. In Florence, Marsilio Ficino translated Hermetic texts, whispering that they contain the wisdom of the earliest civilization. To magicians like John Dee, advisor to Queen Elizabeth, the tablets were keys to angelic language, portals to higher dimensions. To artists and mystics, the Emerald Tablet was not myth, but revelation, proof that humanity was linked to the divine. Even in the modern world, the tablet has not been forgotten. Theosophists in the 19th century claimed it preserved Atlantean wisdom. New Age seekers in the 20th century looked to it as a guide to cosmic evolution. Occult groups whispered of its hidden power, claiming its words could unlock transformation of body and mind. But not everyone believes. Historians argue that the Emerald Tablet first appeared in Arabic texts of the 6th or 8th century, long after Egypt's glory. To skeptics, it is a clever invention, a patchwork of mystical sayings with no link to Atlantis, no voice of Thoth. And yet, believers insist the tablet's wisdom is too universal, too precise, to have been forged in one moment of history. They say it carries the echo of a civilization long forgotten. Some whisper that the tablets are relics of Atlantis, a lost world of knowledge destroyed by catastrophe. That Thoth himself, survivor of this ancient land, hid them beneath temples and pyramids, to be uncovered when humanity was ready. But whether fact or myth, forgery, or revelation, the question remains, why do we keep returning to this story? Why, across thousands of years, does the Emerald Tablet refuse to fade? In an age of science and technology, what place does an ancient tablet have? More than we might imagine. To many, the Emerald Tablet is not a relic, but a reminder, a call for balance, truth, and the pursuit of higher wisdom. Its words speak of harmony, between the heavens and the earth, between knowledge and compassion, between what we are and what we might become. The tablet whispers of truth, morality, and purpose. For the individual, it suggests that wisdom is not found in wealth, but in clarity, that power is not in domination, but in balance, and that destiny is not written in stone, but in the choices we make each day. In these moments, the tablet comes alive, not as legend, but as guide. Modern psychology reminds us, myths endure because they are mirrors. They are not meant to be believed like facts, but lived like truth. The Emerald Tablet, with its cryptic symbols, is one such mirror, a way for the human mind to reflect on its shadow, its light, and its longing for transformation. But why do we search for hidden knowledge at all? Why does humanity return again and again to the mystery of Thoth, Hermes, and the tablet? Perhaps it is because we sense that life is more than survival, that buried within us is a hunger not just for food or shelter, but for meaning. The Emerald Tablet endures because it is the symbol of that hunger, the quest for answers beyond the visible. Perhaps the tablet is not hidden in pyramids, nor lost in the ruins of Atlantis. Perhaps it was never meant to be found in stone at all. Perhaps it waits within us, etched in the human spirit, waiting to be unlocked when we are ready. The question is not whether the tablets are real, but whether we are ready to awaken to the wisdom they represent.